God bless our homeland, Ghana. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kobo Sports Room, where we talk about football, we talk about transfers, we do player interview. Perspective season 2 is coming, so watch out. Perspective season 2 is coming, so click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell. This is the review of the longest 90 minutes in the history of Ghana football, the longest 90 minutes ever since I started watching football. This is the longest 90 minutes ever for Ghana Black Stars. Ghana versus Mali in Accra Sports Stadium review for you. Black Stars is on their way to 2026 World Cup in USA. We are coming. Let's move straight into the video. Ghana started with a 3-back system. It has always been a norm for Otuado when Ghana are playing a bigger side. Always, when Ghana is playing the bigger side, Otuado tends to go with a 3-back system. Even though I don't agree with that 3-back system, but he's the coach. He knows what he is saying, so he decided to go with the 3-back system. Because I feel like even if we went in the game with a 4-back system, 2 center backs, 1 left back and 1 right back, will still be good to go. But he decided to go with a 3-back system. Jonas Ajete, he did really well. Alexander Jiku, the goal scorer, and then Salisu Mohammed as the 3-back option at the back. There was Caleb Yerenchi in the right wing back, which I will say, I have something to say about Caleb Yerenchi. And then there is, Gideon Mensah as the left back, row. So we have Caleb and Gideon as our laterals or as our wing back. There is Kwesi Zibo, the Zibo man, Kwesi Zibo. The name, is it Sebo or Zibo? When I interview you, I will ask you. So there is Kwesi Zibo and then Thomas Partey in the middle, and there was Kudus, Semenyo, and then Jordan Ayew completing the starting 11. Obviously Benjamin Asare in the goalpost for Ghana for that particular game. Ghana won by 1-0. Now we'll start from build up from the first half to the latter part of the game, where Otuado decided to defend, which I don't agree with. But in the first half, I think that the game was slow, and then Ghana wasn't playing like we needed a point, because Madagascar had already won their game against Chad. Chad was trying to prove stubborn, but Madagascar placed them in their place, and then they scored 3-1 against Chad. So Madagascar before the Ghana game had 16 points. Ghana had 16 points. So this particular game was a must-win game for Ghana. It was a must-win game for Ghana. We're playing like nothing was at stake in the first half, which I find it very difficult to understand, because in the first half Ghana didn't do so much in the first half. I mean, we had a couple of chances in the first half, but we're not able to bury the chances in the first half. So Ghana's a sense of urgency in the first half, I didn't like it. And I know a lot of fans in the stadium, and then where I was watching the game, they were not happy with the Black Stars performance in the first half, because we were thinking the goal would come, or goals would come early in the game, but the goals were not coming in the first half. So in the first half, I think some standout performances in the first half will probably be Kudus. Kudus did really well. He was getting the ball, running the ball, tackling the ball, driving the ball from the midfield, or the transition from the midfield to attack. Kudus was doing all those jobs. Caleb Yerenchi had a bad game in the first half, but in the second half he did well. But I feel like Caleb Yerenchi, when you check his statistics in Nordjylland, he's a midfielder. So he sometimes play as a central midfielder or as a defensive midfielder. So he's a midfielder. He is not a right back, or he is not a full back. So I don't get it. The idea of Caleb Yerenchi playing as a right back. Probably I don't know what Otuado has seen in the training grounds. But Caleb, it was clear that he was struggling, even against Chad. And against Mali in the first half, he was struggling as a fullback or as a wing back for Ghana, because he is not a fullback. So one, he was struggling with when to overlap and when to underlap. Two, he was struggling with ball recoveries in the first half. Second half, obviously, he did well in the second half. And then three, he was struggling with, delivery from the flanks into the box, because as a right back, your delivery must be good. He was struggling with all of that because he is not a right back. And there was Tariq Lamptey in the bench or on the bench. Is it that Tariq Lamptey was not fit? Why didn't deem him fit to start or to play the right back role or the right wing back role for Ghana? Because honestly, Tariq Lamptey would have done a better job in the right wing back role than Caleb Yentry. But Caleb Yentry came back in the second half and did solidly well, and I big him up for that. And he was one of the standout performers on the night for Ghana against Mali. Now, since I'm talking about Caleb Yentry, let me big up some of the players that did well in the game. Obviously, Alexander Jiku scored the goal for Ghana in the second half, and that goal, I wasn't something we were expected, because the goal wasn't even expected. It was a corner kick, and unexpectedly Alexander Jiku scored the goal. And the Malians had problems with the referee. I think the referee the referee at the night, if I am to be honest and I am to be neutral, it wasn't that great. Most of the decisions went for Ghana, because probably maybe Ghana was playing home. I don't know, probably maybe they went to see the referee in one corner or all of that. I mean, in African football, all of these things can happen, So in all, the referee at the night wasn't that great. So the Malians had problems with the referee, because that goal, I don't see any problem with that goal, honestly. And I'm not even talking about the goal. The referee in general in the night wasn't that great. But the goal came, and then Ghana started to pass the ball around. We passed the ball around for let's say 25 minutes, and then Ghana went back again. I will come there where Ghana scored one, and then they seem to lay back and defend. I don't get it. Even against Chad, we were doing that. Against most of the teams we have been playing in the AFCON qualifiers and in the World Cup qualifiers, we score one and we defend. I don't get it. Why you sit home at your backyard, score one and defend, whilst you have the materials to go and attack Mali and score more? You sit back and defend. But let me big up Kwesi Zibo. What a performance, what a debut for Kwesi Zibo. I mean, we were all advocating for him to come and play the Ghana Black Stars, because we have been following him in Real Oviedo since they were in the La Liga to coming to the La Liga. And this season, we have, watched him a couple of, occasions, and we have been advocating for Kwesi Zibo to come and play the Ghana Black Stars, because honestly, Salih's performance has dropped a little bit. So Kwesi Zibo coming in, partnering with Thomas Partey, solid display in the middle there. And what I like about him is the way he's calm on the ball, and I think where he's coming from is having an impact on him. His orientation of football is having an impact on him, because he's coming from Spain. I mean, the La Liga, and then the orientation of football in Spain is like that. He's very calm on the ball. When he needs to recover, he will recover. When he needs to attack, he will attack. So Zibo, ball recoveries, everything, passing, very calm on the ball. Same as Thomas Partey, very calm on the ball. So Kwesi Zibo yesterday was solid. I will give him 8/10. I am taking the 2 because there were some occasions, or there were a couple of occasions where he was turning too much, and it is understandable because he's coming from Spain. But in the African game, bro, you don't turn that much, because Charlie, you bet you more than from. So in the African game, you do it easy. So I'm giving him 8/10 because on starting of the of the game, he wasn't doing that much, because he was losing balls and all of that. I mean, it was expected, because that is his first debut or his first game for Ghana. But all in all, 8/10 solid performance for Kwesi Zibo. Now Kwesi Zibo, hola, ¿cómo estás? Eras uno metrocampista superior. Kwesi Zibo, top brilliant performance. I will interview you one day. Your name, is it Sebo or Zibo? We'll talk about that one day when we sit down for an interview. So Kwesi Zibo, top brilliant performance for Kwesi Zibo. So I have praised Kalibi entry, I have praised, Kwesi Zibo. Now let's go to Benjamin Asare. 4 saves on the night. Top brilliant performance by, Benjamin Asare. Kamen Kwan Kamunje, some winning bonus and give it to, Benjamin Asare. Bro, that he needed to prove something, because you are playing in the Accra Sports Stadium. That is your turf. That is your home. You should be able to prove something to the people of Ghana. And Benjamin Asare has so far has given us a very great goalkeeper, even though he wasn't tested that much, but he made 4 saves. And when the ball was, anytime Ghana needed Benjamin Asare, he was there for Ghana, and he was there for the defense. So all in all, I think Benjamin Asare was also great on the night. Alexander Jiku, the goal scorer of the night, also did really, really well. I mean, we are not going to talk about Alexander Jiku that much. Whenever he's map up, the Ghana Black Star jersey, he did really, really well. He kills himself for the Ghana national team. So Alexander Jiku, bro, massive respect, bro. Massive respect to you for scoring that only goal for Ghana. Now let's move into the attacking space. I feel like Otuado, I don't know, but people are advocating that Otuado shouldn't be the coach to take us to the 2026 World Cup. Obviously, he's going to qualify us to the World Cup, but from my point of view, if you want to perform, considering the players we have, if you want to perform in this particular World Cup in the group stage, and they probably will be qualified from the group stage to the knockout stage, Otuado is not the man. He is not the man. Go to South Africa. Go and watch the kind of football they are playing. You can purely see coaching in the, coaching, thumbprint or footprint in the football South Africa are playing. These guys are not even having, international players. They don't have anyone who plays for Bournemouth. They don't have anyone who plays for Tottenham Hotspur. They don't have Joseph Pinto. They don't have Kamaldeen Suleiman. They don't have Inati Williams. They don't have Jordan Ayew. But these guys are playing solid football. They will play today against Nigeria. You will see the ball they will play. They might lose because Nigeria are also coming. But all in all, South Africa are playing good football. And you can see the coaching. So, when we see these kind of players, and all we can do is to score one and sit back, draw deep to soak pressure, bro, that's not good. You can't send that into the World Cup. So Otuado going forward, he should change. Something should change in our game. Something should be able to change in our game. We can't score one and sit back and watch the opponent bring the game to us for us to soak the pressure. That's not Ghana, bro. That is not Ghana. So Otuado should do something about that. But the set piece, he has been doing really, really well in the set piece. We have scored most of our goals has come from set piece in this, 2025, international break. So for the set piece, he is doing really, really well for Ghana. Now Thomas Partey, brilliant performance by Thomas Partey. The game was a very, it wasn't that it wasn't a performance a Ghanaian could hit his chest or her chest and say that yes, Ghana played well, but we just needed the 3 points to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. So currently the group stage, Ghana are sitting first with 19 points plus 11 goals, Madagascar 16 points plus 7 goals, Comoros 15 points plus 1 goal, and then there is Mali 12 points plus 6 goals. Now our next game is going to be Central African Republic away. That is the next international break away, and then we come and finish the whole World Cup qualifiers in Accra with Comoros. Now Comoros here, we have a very personal problem. We have scores to settle. Comoros, we have scores to settle. Now let's look at some of the press conference or post match conference Otuado did, and then this is what he said. Mali was putting pressure on us, but not really creating chances. They were limited to long balls and long shots. The team defended well, and I'm happy they have won. Obviously, the team at the back, the defense defended very well, especially the aerial duels, because you could clearly see a lot of aerial balls by the Malian national team. But you can't tell me they didn't create any chances. They created some chances. So Otuado, going forward, you should do your best. bro, do your best and then limit the chances creation by the opponent. Just limit the chances creation by opponent by not scoring one and sitting back to show pressure for Ghana. That's not Ghana. We can't sit back and show pressure in the World Cup. You can't do that, because if you do that, you are dead in a World Cup. You are dead in a World Cup. So that is my message for Otuado. But all in all, I think the 3 points was needed, and we have gotten the 3 points, 19 points for Ghana, and then obviously we are going to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. God bless our homeland, Ghana, yeah, kunim, yeah, oh say, cluster, yeah. Click on the subscribe button. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Drop all your comment down below. What do you think about Kwesi Zibo? What do you think about Kalibi Enchi? What do you think about Benjamin Asare? What do you think about parties coming into the midfield? What do you think about the midfield duo of Kwesi Zibo and Thomas Partey? Drop all your comment down below. Let me know your comment. This has been your review. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next time, and peace.